Coming up next, right here on Plus TV Africa, are the hottest entertainment stories this morning. Hello there and welcome to Tea Time. Thanks for joining us on the program. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo, together with my co-anchor, Ife Oshunkeye.
What's up?
Anything new this morning?
Nah, man, you're looking good in your Gucci. Gucci on your fits, good out. Gucci.
Are you fishing for compliments, Ife?
No.
You want me to compliment you?
I'm just giving you compliments, man. Look, man.
Do you have any story for us this morning?
This morning.
Did you see anything that was really, really exciting?
No, apart from this 20-year-old girl that was arrested, that said, allegedly, she said she's a cult member and she's killed about 4 people. And now she got initiated into the gang, cult? And now she... they taught her how to shoot guns and kill people. And I'm looking at this 20-year-old girl. She will walk into my house like I won't be suspicious of her or anything like that. And then she's killed 4 people, and that's her job. Like she's actually an assassin. That shit just marveled. Ooh. It just marveled me.
Oh, okay. I don't even know what to say. I'm so speechless. So on that basis, I'm going to move on to our first story. Jamaican American reggae singer and songwriter Alaine is now a born again. So I was like looking up to see the kind of songs that she sang and everything, and I was like, she most of the time is love.
Yeah.
And then to think that this kind of love person has actually turned born again.
Well,
what is it allegedly?
I always say the media. She said she got baptized, and she quoted the part of the scripture where she said all things have become new, something like that. Not so.
All things are passed away.
No, not that. Of course, I know that one now. Okay. Another one saying something, but something as regards to all things have passed away and all of that. But I didn't see anywhere where she came out and she was like, I'm born again, people. Yes, she got baptized. She said it was the best Saturday of her life that she got baptized. And
people are just
are just judging that. Yes, because you can actually sing circular music and be born again.
Exactly.
It's just a
matter
job.
Of choice.
Yes, it's a job. Like this is her grind. If she decides that me singing circular music is bringing me more money than doing Christian songs, and you are born again, you shouldn't be judged for that. It's just like the case of the Ghanaian lady who said she became a Judaist, right? Is that the word? Judaist?
Was it? That's it. Yeah, not Judaist. Because I was like, no, that's not sounding right. Yes, Judaism. Yes, that's what she's practicing now.
She became a Judaist because in our church they told her like if she has to be coming to church, then she has to change her style of music and all of that. So I think people actually, this churches or religion pushes people into being who they are not. The fact that I want to come to church or I want to be a born again doesn't mean I should change my job, as long as I'm not practicing it.
The way I see it, I think it's a choice for the person who is actually doing the singing, because I was thinking about one of the gospel singers, and at one point in time, he says that he wanted to go into secular music. And his management, his family, all of them were against him but he was saying he was trying to reach out to more people. I don't think secular music is really any kind of problem. A gospel singer can be both secular and gospel. So for me, it's a matter of choice, but I don't know what, maybe they're following a particular doctrine. I don't know, it's entirely up to them.
Yeah.
But back to this story though, what do you want to say about her music? Because I know you like music, and I know you would have checked up on some of her songs.
I'm actually a fan.
There you go.
Because she's Jamaican and she has the dancehall twist. I like girls like Steph London, the likes of what's that? What's her name?
Let's start from our own here. Cynthia
Morgan. The likes of, I like that type of music. I like it when Nicki Minaj kind of does the Caribbean thing, you get it, and then she's putting the whole Jamaican twist into it. So I'm actually a fan. So I listen to some of her, not like a big fan though, at least I know like 2 of her songs, and I'm actually cool with them. So saying she wants to do Christian music, I have nothing against it, because you can do Christian music and still do your style of music. I don't think it is the message in the song that really matters. But these days, people just want to listen to the beat and the melody, and that is what makes
not
a
the
song.
message behind,
what about the message? What about the lyrics?
Yeah.
You get me? That's the...
But if just on the flip side, or on the other hand, let's just say, for example, that following her baptism, that yes, she truly is a gospel artist. There's no problem with that, is there?
Yeah, there's no problem at all.
You're just saying we need the facts to...
we need it to unravel.
And she hasn't, like, we don't know if she's done anything on social media to say anything of the sort, or release a statement.
Born again.
Yeah.
No, she came on social media to talk about baptism. That's about it.
All.
And
she
then
didn't say anything about...
media took it out of context as usual and said, oh, she's born again.
Okay. So now that, people are saying she's born again, let's put the word there, allegedly. How do you think her fans, are going to react to this? Or have they even started reacting? Do you know, did you see anybody react?
Some people are doubting being born again and saying, oh, she's just seeking attention. Some people are actually very happy for her. And but I don't think, what is the concept of baptism? Does baptism mean you are born again? When you get baptized?
Yes, because when you get baptized, the concept is that when you go underwater, you're putting your past behind you. And when you come back, it's a rebirth.
Oh, so it's not allegedly then she's born again.
Exactly.
So then she's born again.
Well, you know how the world is. Some people may not read it that way, but technically speaking, that's how it's meant to be. But some people just do it maybe for one thing or another, maybe to join part of a church. So it's still not technical that she made.
True,
so
because sometimes some churches will tell you can't be a member.
You can't be a member until you go through so she may do it just to be, and then she may want something from the church, because sometimes churches you may want the church to officiate your ceremony for certain things, or you may want something from the church, and if you don't go through all of the requirements, then they will not.
Sometimes maybe before your wedding, they'll tell you, you have to be baptized in that church before they can join you in that church.
Where I'm going.
And the funny thing, I think I agreed to this, your theory right now, because
my theory. And they call me the conspiracy theorist,
because she actually gave a shout out to the church.
Oh, there you go.
In a message.
There you go.
Yeah, so I think I agreed to that. So
there you go. So she's born again.
She's born again.
We don't know what she's going to do with the church. But
have you ever been baptized?
Baptized. Let's see now. Have you been baptized?
I'm not sure. I'm sure maybe when I was a child. Yeah, maybe my parents did that. But with being an adult or being
more conscious,
conscious enough to know about it, I can't remember that time.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think it should matter whether one is baptized or not.
No,
baptized.
it shouldn't. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I think it's a personal thing. If she wants to share hers, then that's fine. But if she doesn't want
to, you just avoided my question with asking me a question, and I gave you a long answer. Did you use jazz on me? Have you ever been baptized?
That's what I'm telling you. That it doesn't matter. It doesn't make any
it's your
difference.
Personal thing.
It's my personal. If I want to be baptized, I'll get baptized.
Maybe I've been baptized. It's personal too.
You've been baptized, did you say?
Maybe. It's personal too.
So you don't remember? It was your child.
I don't remember. At least not when I was grown enough to remember stuff. No, I don't remember.
Okay. All right. I think we need to move on to this story. Let's move on to another story. But before I do you have any final thoughts on Alaine?
Alaine, big shout out to you. We love your music. And if you're actually born again, kudos. Good for you. Don't let nobody bring you down.
And before I even wrap up, I was just going to say, that, okay, now she's born again and she used to do secular music. We don't know what this means, for her. She may still be born again and still want to continue.
Yes,
exactly.
But I think she's going to get backlashed for that. Because people always do that. So let's just wait and see the outcome of all of this.
Watch this space, as they say. Watch this space. All right, then, time for a quick break. When we return, we'll be bringing you the latest news on American hip-hop recording artist, Offset.
From day one, Glow makes life easier. They brought us unbelievable data packages and even an optic fiber cable to make sure we optimize. There are two things in our lives we depend on daily: communication and information, voice and data. Whether you sell, buy, learn, teach, serve, or lead, it really comes down to those two things: voice or data. Today's world is all about you. You want what you want, how you want it, and Glow delivers. That's why Glow is introducing Flexi, the freedom to use voice and data the way you like on every recharge. No plan, no hustle, easy.
Now, on every recharge, Glow Flexi automatically gives the freedom to use voice and data as you like. At the best rates in town, no plan, no hassle.
The grandmasters of data. Glow.
Welcome back. It's tea time on Plus TV Africa, and we're about to bring you our next story, which is on Offset. The Migos star has been released after being arrested for gun possession. Now, there are lots and lots of aspects to do with this story, and we'll be exploring all of that. But before we talk about it in detail, we're going to go to our newsroom to talk to our social media analyst, Buki November.
Hi, Tokumbo and Ife. So basically, Offset's charges include possession of a firearm by a felon, possession of a weapon during a crime, possession of marijuana, and finally, improper lane change. Now, a few people online have said, oh, he's been released on bail, but yeah, he didn't stay there long enough. They should keep him there for a longer period. While some other people have said he's being targeted by a racist criminal justice system. I'll explain that shortly. First, after the police stopped Offset, they used, well, it is reported that they used the felon conviction as probable cause to search his vehicle, and then, of course, what did he get convicted for before now? Marijuana and possession of a gun. Okay, so then the story goes on. Well, Georgia puts, well, it's reported that Georgia puts more people on probation than any other state, and they have this 3-strike policy where if you commit the same crime 3 times, you could go to prison for life, basically. Then it could also be permanently. Of course, we know this already. They're separated from Cardi B and his baby, but what people are saying is that these are non-violent offenses. Is this enough for you to put a guy in prison for life? Also, some people online also say that, oh, marijuana wouldn't even be an issue in a state where you have fewer black people. So what it means is, because you have more black people in the state of Georgia, you basically make it a crime. I mean, it's a big deal here compared to other places. If you had fewer black people in this state, it would probably not be such a big deal. And of course, for the lane changing offense, they say he was stopped for improper lane change. Data shows that police are more likely to stop more black people compared to white people. Now to this, Ola Akonde, 87, on Twitter, comments saying, so a cop pulled him over for an improper lane change. God forbid a black man is seen in a nice car. Then he goes on to say, so what if he changed lanes and didn't use the turn signal? You pull him over, search his car looking for something because you have a bias towards black people. So you see, it's gone beyond just arresting him. It's gone beyond just charging him with an offense. It's gone to more than that. Let's check out more comments from social media. Let's see how the story turns out following these new reports. That's all from me, Tokumbo. Back to you.
All right then, Buki, thank you very much for that report. One of the things that I picked up from this is, the wrong lane change. So, I don't know, they're saying the wrong lane change and all of a sudden they just basically arrested him. I don't know. Something's just fishy in that wrong lane change stuff.
Georgia Police Department, they said when they stopped him for wrongful lane change and they approached the vehicle, they could smell a faint scent of pot.
Marijuana. Okay.
Yes. So that prompted the search. So they searched this car, found 3 handguns and not up to an ounce of marijuana, and so they charged him for wrongful possession of firearm, like Buki said, wrongful possession of firearm, during the commission of a crime, then the wrong lane change. So I'm like, come on, all these charges just because the brother changed the lane. So his lawyer came out and was just the same day he was arrested. His lawyer came out and said, no, they targeted Offset because it's like a racist judicial system where they target a black brother with a nice car, with flashy clothes, designer shoes, you know, things like that.
You know what, Ife, before we even get into the detail, because I'm struggling with this, what's the wrong lane change? Do you know? Or
yes, like when you move, because we do it in Nigeria and nobody
That's what, like, seriously, hello.
But in America, if you are going to move to the next lane,
you should trafficate.
You should trafficate. So if you don't trafficate, it's a wrong lane change.
Yeah, but I find it hard to believe that he would have done that without trafficating, because like to them, like you said, in the West is like a norm. You can't change lanes without doing that.
Yeah.
Do you think he actually forgot?
No, it's possible.
He actually forgot.
Yes, nobody. It happens.
It's second nature to driving. I just don't understand how
it happens. But he's not denying the fact that he didn't wrongfully change lanes. He's not denying. Assuming he came out and he was like, no, my trafficator was on, these guys are stopping me illegally, then it's different. He's not denying that. What people have a problem with is, how can a wrongful, because that type of thing, you should just get probably a ticket or a warning, and then you move on. But because they know
like
this is Offset,
they smelt the marijuana, and then they did further search, and then that's what.
And then his lawyer is even saying this is an infringement of his probation right from the case he had in 2015 for possession of guns and marijuana. And then the person he was riding with, his bodyguard, I can't remember his name right now, they said he's licensed to carry a gun, so he was the one carrying it. And he's also the one being charged for the marijuana as well. So I think somehow it's going to be dismissed. I think the case will be dismissed.
Yeah, because
he posted a bill of about $17,000, and yes, they found him with $107,000 in cash.
That's like, does he carry that much money? Seriously?
Come on, man. Birdman rolls with $500,000. Do you get? So
anyway,
so it's allowed, man. So they actually live the life they rap about. It's not, sometimes it's not just about the music.
Yeah. Final thoughts before we move on?
Offset, I'm upset because it's just 10 days after you had your baby culture.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be going to jail.
I'm sure we didn't even bring Cardi B into the equation. I'm sure she's going to be upset.
She's going to be upset, but she was the same person that posted via Instagram that is
I think she's supportive as well, regardless
she's
of
a ride or die, definitely. Not a thirsty girl.
Up next is a story on Kim Kardashian, who rushes her husband Kanye West to the emergency room for flu. Where do I even start on this? Because something in me doesn't just believe that this is flu. And he tweeted it, and actually said, he was having a headache or something like that. But before you even say anything, I'm just giving my own personal opinion that I don't believe. Does one rush one to the hospital for flu?
No, it was diagnosed with flu, but Kanye West is known to be suffering from sinuses. You know what sinuses are? So he's known to be suffering from sinuses. So if he got a flu, people with sinuses actually go through more pressure when they have a flu. So it's something that could be difficult for somebody that is suffering from sinuses. Imagine usually your nose is itchy and you can't breathe properly, then you have a flu on top of that. Yes, and then, days before, was it weeks before, I'm not so sure, he tweeted that he was on a flight and his sinuses pressure came and he had to be CAT scanned in mid-flight. So it's not something that is new, so we know this. And he was discharged almost immediately as soon as he was diagnosed for flu. But initially, I'm sure he thought it was the sinuses pressure, which was why he was rushed to the hospital by Kim Kardashian. So I think I believe him.
Okay, so knowing that people are already aware of this, why is this making the news headlines? Just because every time you go to the hospital, that's what's going to happen?
Because it's Kanye West and Kim Kardashian rushed him to the ER.
But if the case, Kim, if she rushes to the hospital every so often, does he make headlines? It doesn't.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, maybe because someone like Kanye West is not seen in the hospital. Maybe if they took him to jail, maybe
that would make the. You're saying exactly what I'm saying. That would make the. Just going to the hospital and just going to and then how many minutes did he do in there before he was released?
Well,
this shouldn't make the headlines.
These are the West. Let's just leave it at that.
No. Let's not just say because they're the West. No, I want to debunk and disregard this on that basis.
If someone says Chioma rushes Davido to the hospital, it will
make much of a
so why don't you think?
I think you're not understanding where I'm coming from, but I think I should leave it because I'm going to lose when it comes to arguing about this. Yes,
I think it's newsworthy though that Kanye West got rushed to the emergency room. Not saying that it went for a regular checkup. It was rushed to the emergency room.
But like you rightly said, this is something that he has had for some time, and it's something that people know about.
General. So only people following his Twitter would know this. It's not like it's general. It's not like it's made the headline before Kanye West suffering from
made the headlines, and you know the people that make the headlines are people that read the tweets. So from whatever tweet any celebrity tweets, they take it and make it the headline. So what I'm saying is that if you go on if you check the headlines now, you will see that she's rushed him to the hospital, not just on one site, but on multiple sites.
Yeah, true.
So what I'm saying is that I personally, I
don't think it's newsworthy.
I don't think so. As I said, personally, my own personal view. But you're saying because of their name, it is newsworthy.
Because it's the West, man.
So every time they go to the hospital,
if he had checked himself into the hospital, maybe it wouldn't make headline. But the fact that your wife was the one who rushed you to the hospital,
whoever was there would have rushed him to the hospital.
And then maybe that whoever could have been whoever, but not Kim K, bro.
So this is about Kim, not about
the both of them. And then regardless of this, the next day they still had to make it to Pusha T's wedding. Congratulations, Pusha, by the way.
Exactly.
I wonder if Drake was there.
Drake
was at Pusha T's wedding.
Exactly. Now that you bring Pusha T's wedding, I even want to talk about it, but unfortunately we haven't got time. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be bringing you another story. Don't go anywhere.
Thinking of banking in Africa? Think Zenith. In today's fast-moving, fast-changing world, you need a financial partner that understands your unique expectations. A bank with presence in major financial centers across the world, with the enabling platform to facilitate seamlessly, whenever, wherever, however. A bank with best-in-class financial solutions from a superb combination of technology and human touch. For easy, fast and secure banking that creates real value. Turning dreams into reality is now in your hands. People, technology, service. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Hello there and welcome back. It's tea time right here on Plus TV Africa, and we're moving on. Our next story is Tony Rock, on Tony Rock, and he says Sacha Baron Cohen isn't the one doing the duping. Now, if I know you know this story inside out, you know, But I have to say, though, that I've watched Sacha Cohen Baron, you know, from a long time when he was doing Ali G back in the UK. So he's always been playing pranks on people, you know. So before I even talk about my own views, let's hear what you've got to say, your reaction.
Well, I think like Rock said, is Chris Rock's younger brother, by the way. Yeah. So, like he said, I think he didn't do anything wrong. He's not duping anybody.
Exactly.
He's just making these people reveal who they really are. Yeah. Because in this case, the case that actually brought about all of this is the Jason Spencer case, an American lawmaker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It came on the show. The show, Lakbe was talking about Who is America.
Who is America? I thought that was the name. That's what I was trying to say. Who is?
And then it was, it made them do some certain things, like trying to, like how to fight against terrorism, using your behind to fight them, because they believe that once your butt touches them, you are gay. And then in this case, he went naked, showed off his butt. His butt, like he went bare
even
butt.
Before then, he actually took down his pants, and then his boxer was showing. That was like someone to even go all that way.
Yeah, an American lawmaker, like what?
Yeah.
And then he was not saying. He made him use the M word, and he repeated
so many
times. So many times. It made him do a lot of things.
Oh, Sasha is so good.
Made him take a selfie stick and and I'm like, this is an American lawmaker doing all of this. And then what Rock said was that the way he was repeating the N word, it was because he felt Sasha was on his side, and that is how comfortable he would be amongst his people to say the N-word. So this is who this guy really is, and a lot of people are saying this guy needs to leave office because already they're asking him to resign.
Exactly.
And then people are now saying that Sasha is duping people into doing stuff they're not supposed to do. But as an American lawmaker, you should know what is wrong and what is right. No matter the circumstance, there are cameras there. It's not like it's an hidden camera thing and you didn't know. So you knew.
Okay. All right, we haven't got much time. I need you to round up.
All right, so you knew you were being filmed and you didn't even say sorry. I was coughing.
So you know what's on my mind? I need to wrap this show.
Right. So it was being filmed, and then you were saying such stuff. So I think Jason Spencer doesn't have any excuse. I think this just revealed who he truly is inside. So there's nothing wrong with what Sasha.
You know what? I think we've only just covered the surface on this story. I think we should talk about it some more during
maybe
the afternoon show time, because like we haven't even scratched the surface. But we're pushed for time, so that brings us to the end of the program. Join us later today for afternoon tea. Until then, a big thank you to my co-anchor Ife Oshinkeye, the production team, our stylist courtesy of Kudi Empire. I am Tokumbo Taiwo saying thanks for watching and have yourself a good morning.